Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode number 73. I'm reviewing 123rd episode of the anime, Nero Reminisces Part 1, and the 240th of the manga, The Great Breaks Out. Now, here's the thing with this episode. It's filler. Yep, and it's the third clip show of the entire series. How do I know this? Because mostly put this episode, there's a little bit of original footage here. Like, I'd say about 10% original footage, not very, very much. The episode opens up with, basically, sitting on top of the Black Bull's headquarters in the Raging Bull mode, running across the field. Now, why do I say it's mostly a mixture of stock? It's mostly stock footage, basically a clip show. Because this is basically sort of a compilation of the flashbacks they show throughout the previous arc of the series. Mostly like Suri first meeting the prince, making technology, and the fact that some people are against it, meeting the elves demise, the showing the massacre, not in like gruesome detail like it was previously, the fight between Licht in his demon form and the first Wizard King. Mostly, what I can tell, anyways, for this, it's mostly the same for the flashbacks. They do have one flashback, the last one they show in here, which comes right after, like, they wrap up this up with Suri in the past. It's just, something they show kind of from early on in the series, with the introduction of, first seeing Asta and Yuno, like, from flashback, basically, where when they were first babies and the first raised by the minister for the Hodge Village orphanage, and basically how Asta and Yuno got their names. Apparently, they're written on their outfits. Yep, and of course, I think this might be, from what I can tell, it could be original footage. I don't know, but most of the stuff is simply put stock footage. Lots of stock footage. It's mostly put a clip show from stuff we've already seen. It's an okay episode. It's fine for what it is. And I'm pretty happy the fact that the show actually is. My guess is I think that next week is also probably going to be more of a clip show. Yes, it's probably going to be Suri in her Nero form, just what she was doing throughout most of the series up until the previous arc of the series. Yeah, because this is by far the second time while reviewing this that we have a clip show. Yes, the last one they had was just after the Witch's Forest arc wrapped up, and it was just before the very next arc of the series. I think it was, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Hot Springs Training. That was the arc that came right after that. Yeah, they did that basically original episode, was mostly filled with stock footage, basically reminiscing about the I Midnight Sun stuff. In the case of this, it's mostly a compilation of like the flashback scene in the previous arc of the series, the reincarnation arc, but something from like around like the start of the series of how Asta and Yuno first came to the orphanage. That's pretty much what you can say about this episode. Yeah, and we're probably getting more of this next week. Now, I was hoping for an anime original episode, like something interesting, maybe we'll do some investigating here and there. But no, let's have ourselves a clip show. Now, in case you're wondering, when was the last official time we actually had an episode of the series where it was sort of like a two-parter in a way, where it led into another episode? The last this happened was with the start of the series, basically with episodes 12 and 13. That was the last official time that happened. Yeah, and here's the strange thing about the series. The series is basically 123 episodes in, and there's only been a handful of filler episodes. Not many per se, nope. But not much else to say about this episode. It was simply but a clip show. I like the present day stuff. Flashback was pretty interesting how they basically compilation it together, and pretty much it's mostly in chronological order from what I can tell, which I think they did a pretty good job with it. Now for a new chapter of the manga. The chapter starts off with the Queen of the Heart Kingdom playing with Charmy. Yummy! Her food is so delicious. So cute. Despite the fact Charmy is overweight. Oh, here's kind of the strange thing about this chapter. Rill, who was last seen with Charmy, nowhere to be seen. Yep. And we see Nero on top. We see Cersei in her Nero form on top of her head. Why she doesn't go in human form, no idea. We all see Mimosa and Noelle in the scene with the advisor to the queen, and all of a sudden, like, apparently the Heart Kingdom was under attack by the Spade Kingdom. Six them all over the country. One girl extreme magic. It's one of the Dark Triad, Vanessa, the female member of the Dark Triad, Magicana. So basically, we cut to the Black Bull headquarters, which is near the nearest Spade Kingdom border. We see Asta, we see Fenrir, and then we see characters we have not seen since pre-time skip. We see Vanessa, Gray, and Goosh. And oh yeah, and Henry pops up here too, which is quite nice. There's only like 3 people absent from this chapter, and that's Gordon. He's absent. Yami is still absent. He's mentioned again, and Zora is absent too. Yeah, where Zora is, I have no idea. Apparently Magna's with Zora for some reason, of course. Then the headquarters is attacked. It's floating. Oh yeah, and we see, looks like Vanessa's, look like her new outfit. Looks like we can show off her belly now. Now Goosh and Gordon, and pretty much Gorsh and Gray, these two don't really change their look, and apparently looks like the couch that's in the Blackpool headquarters is basically run down after 6 months. Oh, and who attacks them? Why, the leader Dark Triad, of course. I'm like, it's a bit soon for him yeah, so, like, look, he's looking for Yami. He's like, I'll play with you. And we transform to the Raging Black Bull, and Goosh is basically using his mirror magic on him. Does nothing, his magic presence of the Demon King. Once it comes up, of course. There we go. Basically, like, still fighting, doesn't do anything, and the chapter ends with Asta going out and confronting him while surfing on his giant sword and carrying the one of the other swords he's known for carrying in the series. Yep. So looks like, yeah, next chapter we're going to be Asta versus the lead of Dark Triad. I gotta say, the new chapter manga is a lot better than the new episode of the anime. Why? Because stuff actually happens. It's not a clip show. And it's great we have Asta back, basically, because he's been absent for like 3 chapters, and he's the main character of the series. It's great, though, we get a chance to see him again. And here's kind of the strange thing. The way this chapter ends, it's like the same way the last time he was last seen when he was just seen flying, I think. Also, I've got to point this out, though. I don't know if anybody's ever pointed this out, though, where about the first Witcher King's sister, even though, yes, she looks like Mimosa basically is a spitting image of her. But I wonder if anybody ever pointed out, though, the situation with her when she's in that tornado, and it takes someone with sword to basically stop the tornado. I'm like, this doesn't sound very familiar. It sounds like what Asta did with Noelle back in the start of the series, basically when she was in that magical water tornado. It's a very similar scene. And that was probably the start of Noelle's blossoming crush on Asta. Yep. All in all, yeah. Now in the case, yeah, that's just my thing about it. I don't know if anybody's pointed that out. I hope somebody has, but in the case of this particular chapter, it's a good chapter. I like the heck we see Vanessa, Gordon, and Goosh. Great we see these 3 characters, because these 3 characters have not been seen since, like, I'm trying to think, when was the last these 3 characters were seen? I think, like, the last official time these 3 characters were seen was back in, like, chapter, I think it was, like, 220. It was, like, toward the end, because these 3 characters have been seen in some time. Great to see them. Also looks like Vanessa is... It looked like because she's normally, when she's around headquarters, she's usually in her underwear. This one looks like she's partially dressed, where she's got a new outfit per se, and she saw her belly for some reason. No idea why, just that she does. Gordon and Goosh basically look like they're wearing the same attire they did previously. Yeah. But my curiosity is this. What does Yumi... Now, these following characters have still not appeared yet post-time skip. And that is Zora, Magna, Yumi, Charlotte, Soul, and Jack the Ripper. Yeah, these 6 characters I can think of have not appeared post time skip. Heck, the Wizard King is not still alive. Characters haven't shown up yet. But I'm glad we actually got three returning characters in this particular chapter. Great. I'm gonna give this chapter fully a 9.5 out of 10. Good chapter. I give an extra half point because of returning characters. Hopefully, next chapter we can see the return of Yami. I'm really looking forward to his return. Okay, so that's it for particular review. I have one more video I'm going to do, and it'll be a comic corner. Yep. Do this in the next video. Bye.